so let's take a look at this problem. The perimeter of the big wheel of a bicycle is 13 centimeters longer than the front wheel. All right, so let me put on full video here. Okay, this sounds like a fun problem. We've got a bicycle involved, so let's just draw that out. So you got a bigger wheel and a smaller wheel. And bicycles, they look something like that, I think. Maybe. So let's call the big wheel B and the front wheel F. And it's telling us that the perimeter of the big wheel is 13 more than the perimeter of the front wheel. So I'll just call the perimeter of the big wheel P sub B, and it's 13 more than the perimeter of the front wheel. Perimeter of a wheel is just the same as circumference. It's the distance around it. What does it tell us next? Let's see. On the road of 780 centimeters, the big wheel does 10 less rotations than the front one. Okay, so there's a fact about wheels that when a wheel turns on a road, say it's going this way, this starting point, once it gets, say, here, once this starting point gets back to here, this distance is equal to the perimeter around the wheel. So we can use that fact with the information it just gave us. So let's say it's going along a road 780 centimeters and it's doing a certain number of rotations along the back wheel. So we'll say P sub B is being multiplied by the number of rotations, R sub B. And we can say the same thing for the front wheel. P sub F times R sub F. So what this means is 780, or our distance, is going to be the distance around the wheel times the number of rotations that wheel does. And what it tells us here is that on the road, the big wheel does 10 less rotations than the front wheel. So we can write another equation out of that. The number of rotations for the big wheel is 10 less than the number of rotations of the front wheel. So now we have a system of equations, four variables. So we should be able to solve for what it's asking us, P sub B, or the perimeter of the big wheel, and P sub F, or the perimeter of the front wheel. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, just let me know and I'll clarify.